Next, we can move to Jani Kylmäaho from Finland, who will be presenting Oskari, an open source service platform for embedded maps and geoportals.
Thank you. Welcome to this Oskari presentation. This seems to be the only submission on the shortlist which is coming from the Nordic countries, and Finland being one of the most Arctic countries of the European Union. So Oskari is all about mapping geoportals. It's an open source platform for building multi-purpose web mapping applications. And what does that actually mean? Well, basically, you can build map portals, geoportals, by using Oskari, but you can also leverage the existing Oskari installations by creating embedded maps, which can be done without any programming, but also can be then extended further by using an integration API that's provided with the embedded maps. And the embedded maps means that you can put a compiler map client with some data from the SDI or put some shape files on it, and then put that map client in some other map, okay, yes, sorry. You can put the embedded map onto some other website with the other information and somehow enrich the content of the website by using GIS data, map data. We are also very big on integrating statistical data with mapping data, which means that we can create thematic maps also by using statistical data from an API and connect that with spatial data, so we can get very nice thematic maps. Okay, so this project was started in 2010, and at that point there was not so many open source solutions in the government sector, but soon we discovered that there is a lot of need for this kind of solutions, and we got a lot of partners, interested parties from the government and other public sector bodies, and we formed a collaboration network to further enhance the collaboration with this software and the platforms, and we now have 32 members from both the public sector and the companies as well. So this is a network open for companies and the public sector organizations. And now we are actually moving into a global direction because we are incubating into the OSGeo Foundation project to become one of those geospatial projects that are globally known open source projects. And the target audience is public administrations. Oskari is being used in international projects as well, and companies are using it as their own, part of their own solutions. So there are approximately 15 to 20 service instances based on Oskari. We don't quite know how many, but for sure we know that hundreds of millions of map requests are being generated by Oskari-based clients in the Finnish SDI alone. So that's a lot. And there are many services that are accessible to all citizens, for instance, the Finnish geoportal, but also for the public administrations, they can reuse a service provided by the National Land Survey for creating embedded maps. And this is being used in the Finnish e-government applications quite heavily. On the standards and interoperability, we are reusing a well-known open source software and also reusing the EU Inspire spatial data infrastructure for leveraging data from that infrastructure, but also other standard-based APIs listed there, but also in addition to those statistical data APIs to combine statistical and spatial data. We've got a very flexible licensing model so that the companies can take the solution and integrate it with their own solutions quite freely. And we've also translated, or actually the community has translated the user interface into 14 European languages. So we try to, the development is carried out by development teams, companies, individuals, which are arranged in projects, development projects, but we try to facilitate the communications between the projects and we have a joint development forum to better manage the reusing and sharing of the software so that no overlapping development takes place, and in that way we achieve actually savings and better architecture for the software as the development stays coordinated. And I have a few examples how Oskari has been used. There's a feedback map for the city of Tampere, for the new railway or the tram line. We are using it heavily ourselves in the National Land Survey of Finland e-government services, where you can find out information about your cadastral or real estates, or give feedback about data. There's a fishing restrictions service where you can find out where you can fish or not. And there are possibilities to use the embedded maps in mobile devices quite well. And here is an international example. The National Land Survey of Iceland have taken the Oskari software as their geoportal software. And a couple of international projects, the Oskari is being used in the Arctic SDI initiative, which is an initiative of 8 Arctic mapping agencies, including Russia and US. And Oskari is being used as a geoportal software in that context. And last but not least, there is the European Location Framework project, whereby the European national mapping agencies are providing common data model-based data in this or through this geoportal application with a common licensing scheme. And also an example about how to combine statistical data with spatial data. Our real estate price statistics service, which uses an embedded map there, visualizing how the real estate prices are developing within Finland in the different municipalities, and also with some table data in this embedded map, which has been created without any programming. And the last slide is about more experimental things where we can fetch data from Eurostat APIs and visualize the Eurostat statistics on a European map. So further information you can find about Oskari from our website. It's in GitHub. There's roadmap issues and project steering committee site. And also we are listed in the Join Up repository. And you can follow us on Twitter, and there's a very nice video about the Arctic SDI geoportal in YouTube, which you can probably find by searching it. And I guess these presentations will be delivered to you later on, so you can also click the links there. So thank you very much for your attention. And
thank you very much, Jani.